Today I'm here with Phil Japikse. Phil, how you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Before we get started, I just want to say a couple things. First of all, congratulations on your recent Microsoft MVP.
Thank you very much.
Well deserved. And thank you for speaking in our user group last night. Phil gave a great talk on Hibernate. And which is part of the reason why you're an MVP. It's because of all the speaking you do at conferences and user groups around the Heartland and outside. But another reason, probably another factor, was this charity you're working with.
Yeah.
HopeMongers.
HopeMongers.
Tell me about it.
Well, HopeMongers it's a fairly new concept in giving, and it focuses on micro giving. So a lot of times the charities will go after the big corporate donors or the people with the deep pockets, and they're looking for thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of people out there who only have $10 to give. And maybe they want to give $10 every paycheck or this, that, the other. And a lot of the big charities seem to just kind of overlook those. So we've set up a site, and Sam Henry from Microsoft is really the brain trust behind it. Mm-hmm. And the site allows you to search a list of projects, and a project could be building a well, building an orphanage, building a school, or supplying school books or medicine, things like that.
Okay.
And each of those projects has a dollar amount attached to it. So let's say, for example, you're building a well in Ethiopia, and it's $2,000. So the micro-giving is set up. You can give 10, 20, 30. I mean, you could give larger amounts also, but you could give $10 recurring or non-recurring.
Recurring meaning $10 a month.
$10 a month, or $10 every 2 weeks, or wherever your paycheck lands.
Okay.
Up until the time when that project is fully funded. So instead of just giving $10 into this nefarious charity where you're not sure what's going on, you're giving for a specific project.
Yeah.
So you give your $10. Once the project is funded, then somebody who's in country who's doing the project, they're going to be taking pictures, blogging about the progress, and you can actually follow the progress of your project that you've given to on the web in fairly real time.
Wow, that sounds like a great concept. Is it now you're writing the code for this now, right? You've been writing it. I saw you writing it some last night. Is it in production?
No, we're hoping to release any day now.
Oh, okay.
So
do you have a URL reserved for it?
Yeah, HopeMongers.org.
HopeMongers.org. So hopefully by the time this releases, by the time this video releases, you'll be able to go to HopeMongers.org.
HopeMongers.org. And HopeMongers.org is a live URL now. There's a letter from Sam Henry explaining that we're in process and that type of stuff. And we're actually going to go through some alpha testing and some beta testing and that type of stuff. But yeah, real soon we'll be going live.
Okay, so nobody's been able to get there and give their $10 yet.
Not yet.
Whatever. But have you got some charities signed up, some projects?
Yeah, we have Living Waters is the one company that comes to mind. They build wells. There are some other, and I'm sorry I didn't memorize the company names, but we have a lot of different organizations. Sam does a lot of time in Africa, working with different organizations.
So most of them are in Africa?
Most of them are in Africa right now, but that's just the focus.
That's just because of Sam.
That's because of his relationships. We're actually in conversations with another company who might license the software, and that would push it worldwide, almost overnight.
Well, that's interesting. Well, why would you need a partner to push it worldwide? It's on the web.
Well, but the projects are. Sam is managing the projects, managing the communities. There's a lot of management of it. We want to make sure that we're signing up projects. It's vetted organizations. All the money that gets donated to HopeMongers goes to the project.
Okay.
HopeMongers is not taking a percentage off of it for maintenance fees or developer fees or things like that. It's entirely going to the project, and Sam wants to make sure that all of the companies that are working with HopeMongers, that HopeMongers is working with, are legitimate and vetted and everything else. So,
okay, and he's doing that really on a personal basis.
Yes.
And so that's a limiting factor. He's only one person.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because if you're not taking any percentage, web hosting isn't free, developers' time isn't free, software isn't free. Who's paying for all that?
Well, actually, we've got the web hosting was donated to the project.
By whom?
You're going to ask me that. Discount.asp.
Okay.
Or discountasp.net.
Okay.
And then SaaS is who's hosting our TFS and our build servers.
Okay, so the developers are saying that. And what about the development? Is that
it's been up until now? It's been almost entirely 100% community driven.
Okay.
So all of my time, I've spent roughly 400 hours on it this year.
Okay.
It's all been for free.
Yeah, you're not the only one doing it.
I'm not the only one. No, there's
How many people are involved in this?
we've got 9 MVPs and over 20 total developers.
Wow.
Working on it, and some have started and rolled off and in and out as we need it. We've got some designers out of Chicago working on, a lot of people from the Heartland. Jim Holmes is the one who really rallied the Heartland community. So Carrie Payette did a bunch of work for us. Alex Moore, Steve Horn.
A lot of Columbus guys there.
A lot of Columbus guys, and then myself in Cincinnati, and then 2 guys from my company have, which is Pinnacle Solutions Group, have actually, they did get some pay for it, but Pinnacle cut their rate in half,
Okay.
and basically did it as a charity.
So you donated part of that.
Donated part of that.
Okay. And what about the technologies? What tools?
Technology is web forms. We wanted to go MVC, but there wasn't time. ASP.NET MVC, so it's ASP.NET web forms. And it's your traditional layered environment, single responsibility type stuff. So we've got the website, which is jQuery and ASP.NET web forms, and then we have the business logic layer. It's all C#, and then the data access layer is in Hibernate with a framework that I custom built for the HopeMongers project. So the bottom core of it is in Hibernate, going against SQL Server 2005, and then I've put a wrapper layer on top of Hibernate so that the devs who are hitting the data access layer don't have to know anything about Hibernate.
Okay.
So they can just say, give me using a modified repository pattern, saying, give me a list of projects, give me a list of communities, that type of stuff, and they can build queries on the fly.
Okay, that's nice. So you got the advantages of Hibernate without any learning curve. For
Yes, absolutely.
Is it fair to say that you own the data piece of it?
Yeah. That's actually I think everybody else stepped back, and I was left in the front, and I got volunteered as the data architect. But yeah, so
that's an enviable position to be the data architect on a project, a high-profile project.
Yeah, and it's good. I mean, it's when I came in, there were a lot of different people working on it, and some very smart people working on it. All of the people working on it are very smart. I didn't mean that to sound like only some of the people were smart, but there was a lot of different directions that the software was going. There was some link to SQL mixed in there. There was some straight ADO. There was some different styles. And one of the conversations I had with Sam early is, I'd love to get involved, but I'm not sure where you want to go or how you're doing this, because we've got so many different directions, and it's really going to be difficult to test and add quality controls. And so one of the things that he basically handed to me and said, fine, done, you are the data guy. Make sure the database is right. We're going to use Hibernate, right, the wrapper layer. Make sure everything's unit tested. We're using Visual Studio, the whole team system. So we've got testing, the load testing. Jay Harris from your neck of the woods up here has done a whole bunch of performance testing and UI type testing for us. So he's really nailing that down, again, using the Visual Studio tools. And so we've got pretty much the Microsoft stack is what we're using.
Okay. What about the other pieces? Is there somebody that's in charge of the overall architecture, or
that would be me also.
That'd be okay.
Yeah, we had another gentleman working on it, but as volunteers go, they things come up and they have to move on. And he actually had a child, and the child took a little bit of precedence over working on HopeMongers, and so I absorbed his role as architecting the front end also.
Okay, so right now people are you're giving direction from how are you communicating? These people we're right here in Michigan. You live in Cincinnati. Some of these folks you mentioned are Columbus. Sam's in Texas, I think.
Sam's in Texas.
How are you communicating with these guys? How do you that's coordinated?
A lot of email, but we do a ton of live meetings.
Okay.
I mentioned on one of to my MVP lead, one of the advantages of being MVP is you get a free live meeting account, and I haven't used it for any business. I've used it a ton for this particular project, because then it's like we're pair programming, right? I can show on my screen, the code I'm looking at. Somebody else can take over as presenter and flip around. So we do a lot of pair programming remotely, which has a bit of a learning curve to get used to. Because I'm used to, here you take the keyboard, oh, here you become presenter, I become presenter, and then just a ton of, like using Skype.
Yep.
A lot of us have Skype calls, and I've got a Skype number so I can call people who don't have Skype, and then we conference that way.
Okay, that sounds like a challenge. What's the challenge that you've addressed? What are the big challenges that
Well, the big challenges are scheduling, right? I mean, on a normal project, you pretty much know you have everybody 8 to 5 Monday through Friday.
Yep.
With some variations. but most of what we're doing is nights and weekends.
Everybody's got a day job.
And everybody's got day jobs, and
Everybody's
everybody
got
has family and different events going on, or traveling speakers and that type of stuff. And so one of the hard parts is, finding time when everybody can meet. We're in different time zones also. Right? We got people from Oklahoma, Texas, and a lot of people from the East Coast. Steve Andrews has done a bang-up job
I know Steve.
for us
Okay.
on working on the builds and just managing the whole team system, the build process and all that stuff.
He's a TFS guru.
He's a TFS guru, but he's also, he's rivaling me in number of talks he's done this year, and he's always on the road. So a lot of our work gets done, between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. Eastern time.
Ouch!
Yeah. So, but that way at least you can get the kids in bed and stuff like that, and then you just do it. And you got to have a passion for it, and you got to know it's for a good cause.
That sounds like it. And I admire you guys' passion. This is, I think it's August 20th today that we're recording this, and you said you expect it to be out in a week or so. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
All right, so I don't think this will be published in less than a week, so hopefully HopeMongers.org.
HopeMongers.org.
Check that out. If it's not there right the first time, come back to it. Where can people find out more about you, Phil Japikse?
They can go to my blog, which is japikse.blogspot.com, Japikse, Japikse, or, because nobody can spell Japikse, they can just go to Ski Medic on Twitter. Ski as in snow ski, and medic as in paramedic.
Because you're a paramedic.
Because I'm a paramedic firefighter, and I volunteer for National Ski Patrol. But if you go to Ski Medic on Twitter, my profile's got my blog. My blog has my email, and there's a train where people can find out more.
That's awesome. Well, I'll let you go. I know you got to talk up in Lansing tonight.
Yes,
and
I do.
Good luck on that. Thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank
I
you
appreciate it.
for interviewing me. I
Sounds
appreciate
great.
it. Technology is certainly my job. It's what I do for a living, but the nice thing about the technology, at least in Heartland, it has brought me a great number of friends, so I can travel throughout the country, stay for free, speak with other very smart people, and enjoy life a lot more.